ladies.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Welcome. I always seem to sing before we get started on those.
You are very vocal.
Good evening, everyone. We are going to be talking about the Shaklee 7-day cleanse tonight. So excited about that. That is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
So, before we get started, I'm Teresa Sakis. This is my good friend, Denise Gaskell.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you.
We took some time off because of the holiday, obviously. And so tonight we're going to kick it off with getting you guys feeling better if you're not feeling the best. So tell us a little bit real quick, about how you got started in Shaklee.
Sure. So my journey actually started 30 years ago, right? A long time ago. But I was looking for some natural skincare and just shared that with a coworker. And she happened to be using some products by a company called Shaklee and said, you know, I'll bring you a catalog. And I looked through it and I thought, oh my gosh, I fell in love with it. I remember reading through it like it was a health magazine, and I thought, whatever she's using, I want to use. Her skin was beautiful, and I loved what I was reading in the catalog. So I picked up a few products, fell in love with them, and have used the products ever since. I really went full force with the nutrition, though, after we had our children. I wasn't well. Talk about sluggish and not feeling good. You know, I just was not in a good place. And so that's when, let's see, the baby, right, will be 21. So 21 years ago is really when I dug in to the nutrition side of Shaklee and started taking care of me. And I can honestly say that I feel better today than I did during my pregnancies, for sure.
That's awesome.
And I was in my 20s, you know. So,
right, yeah.
Well, older than that now.
So that says a lot.
Yeah.
And I got started in Shaklee 24 years ago, which seems unbelievable to me now. But I had some challenges with my health also. So I have an autoimmune disease that affects my colon. And so that was originally the reason that I came in. Good evening. I was going to say good morning. Good evening, Jenny. But I decided I was looking for some natural ways to, you know, deal with this challenge, this disease. And so I was so fortunate to be introduced to Shaklee. And like you, after starting the products, I felt incredible. And I got to say that I've been on these products for 24 years, and this cleanse is just awesome. It has really just shot my energy through the roof, and I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys tonight all about it. So,
super exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And so if you've been part of Teresa's Shaklee team for a while, you know that the products that we're going to talk about tonight have been in our product line for a while, but Shaklee's created this incredible, super simple program, and that's what you've been doing for the past couple of days. And I understand you've learned 6 new languages, you've been on time to every meeting, you're like pumped up. I'm holding her down because she's so excited. No, just kidding. But really, you've noticed you eat well, and you've been on the wellness path for a while, but just in 4 days, you are noticing some big changes.
Huge changes.
Nice.
So I've been,
I can't wait to hear more about it.
I started on Sunday, so it is 4 days that I'm on it. Increased energy tremendously.
Nice.
I have a lot of focus.
Awesome.
I've lost close to 3 pounds, and
Nice.
we're going to talk more about what the stats say, or the clinical studies for this cleanse.
Okay.
But I just, overall, like you said, I've been showing up to meetings early. I'm excited. I got a ton of energy. I'm like, this cleanse is crazy. So why cleanse? That's a question that comes up for people sometimes.
Right. Some people maybe have heard of it or haven't tried it, or maybe they've heard some bad things about cleansing, right? So we're here to set the story straight.
So you would cleanse if you're somebody that wants, first off, maybe you want more energy.
Okay.
And I'll hear from people too that'll say, you know, I eat healthy, I probably don't need to do that. Even though you're eating healthy, you might have gotten to a plateau where maybe your energy level isn't the best.
Maybe you're not sleeping well, and maybe you gained a little weight, right?
Right. So this will help with energy. You overall want to feel better.
Right.
So that would be another reason that you might want to choose to do a cleanse. Jumpstart on weight loss. Okay, so that's awesome. And let me, got some notes, so you'll have to excuse me as I'm looking down at some of my notes. I'm just not looking at the floor. But when I say jumpstart weight loss, it's really important when we talk about the program tonight to make sure that you do it the way that it was designed to do, because in the clinical studies, the average weight loss was 6.8 pounds in 7 days. Right, in 7 days.
Wow.
And then 1.62 inches. And so that really goes along. I've already lost close to 3 pounds in 4 days, so I'm going to be hitting those numbers that they're talking about. So you really,
incredible.
right? So you want to make sure that you follow this cleanse exactly the way that it was designed, so you'll see a difference with that. And then some other reasons that people may do a cleanse is that you may have some Thanksgiving goodness that you had over the last few.
Overdid the goodness, maybe?
Right, overdid the goodness. So
Yes.
some people go off the rails when the holiday hits, right? So they're eating some foods that they shouldn't be eating. And, you know, I had a little bit of sugar, which is not something I usually do. So I felt it myself, right? And so this is a great time to do a cleanse. Really can reset you for the next few weeks as we go through the holidays. So it'll help to reduce cravings.
Well, that makes so much sense because we've talked about this before during the holidays, right? Typically, people gain quite a bit of weight, and then it stays on. And of course, then the new year, you start a new program again, and then for whatever reason, you fall off that program, and then next thing you know, we're back at the holidays again, and you've added more weight on. So I feel like this really is a great time to, before we get to December and Christmas and all the holidays that you might celebrate, do a cleanse. It's only 7 days. Pick a week and get it done.
Yeah, and this is a perfect time to do it. Hi, Karina. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so those are some of the reasons somebody may want to cleanse. Okay?
So before we get into the products, tell us a little bit about how the program works and the experiences that you've noticed.
Ooh.
I'm super excited to learn how you're doing the program and what you've noticed.
So the first things I would say is prepare. It's all about preparation, right? We want to make sure that we prepare. So if you have, 3 days to a week before you start this, if you're somebody that is using a lot of caffeine, addicted to caffeine, there is no caffeine on this program for 7 days, so you may want to start weaning yourself off of that.
Right, and I've heard maybe, cut back a little bit the first day and then eventually get to a point where maybe you're doing half decaf and half caffeinated, and then get to a place where you can do a caffeine-free day, and then you won't have the headaches as
right,
bad.
you won't have the headache. Some people do experience a headache the first day.
Yeah.
I did not, and some people do, and that's because they're coming off of that caffeine.
Right. So do that part before.
Right.
Some good prep work.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Prep, meaning go to the grocery store the day before, figure out everything that you are going to need for this cleanse. Okay.
Get your shopping done.
Right. We're going to go through the guidelines. There is a guidelines for the cleanse, so you will get that, and let me show you what it looks like. This is such a cute little box that comes in, and in there it will have some guidelines if you want to show the little sheet.
It's so super simple, right? Shaklee makes it very easy to follow, cute little pictures and checklists. This is also a shopping list on here too. So while it may be an accordion of pages, it's actually super simple to follow and just a little bit of information.
And that's only on one side, right? Yeah. So so it's very easy. So you want to read the guidelines on that. Get your shopping list ahead of time so you get your fruits and vegetables beforehand.
Right? Yeah, right. And there's a shopping list in here and foods to embrace. And I just love that because obviously most of us know what vegetables and fruits are, but it's such a great reminder of probably a lot of the things that we're not eating. And I know you have a great recipe to share with us later. So looking forward to learning about that.
Oh, yeah. And hi, Julie. Thanks for joining us. You guys, if you have any questions too, feel free to just type that in the little chat box area. Hopefully, sometimes we can see those on Facebook. Sometimes we can't, but if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. Okay, so I'm looking back at my notes. I said drop the caffeine down a little bit.
So a little bit of prep work.
Right. Start time. So a lot of people have a tendency to start a cleanse on a Monday. Actually, I started on a Sunday, and Shaklee kicked this cleanse off this Monday. So there's 1,500 people around the country right now that we know of that are doing the cleanse.
Nice.
There's probably even thousands more. I actually started on Sunday, which is another suggestion. So Saturday you can go to the grocery store, get all of the food you need. Sunday you can start the cleanse on a Sunday. Therefore, if you are going to feel a little tired and maybe you may experience a headache, that's not happening when you're at the workplace, right? Unless you don't care, and you don't care if you bother your coworkers. But maybe that is...
No, that's a great tip. So maybe start it on the weekend, not necessarily on a Monday.
Right. That might be a little easier for you if you need some rest time once you've started that.
So smart. Okay.
Right? Okay,
yes.
So that's another tip.
So get your shopping done. cut up your vegetables, and then what about thinking through why you're doing the cleanse?
Right, that's another good point. Figure out what your why is on that. And for me, it was that I was experiencing some, bloat in my stomach. Somehow a few extra pounds had snuck in, and I know that I had eaten some things that weren't the best. So that was some of my reasons on why. And if you're somebody who wants to kick off weight loss for this holiday season, that might be your why. So figure that out so you can look back at that if you're having a rough day. Really you won't. This is a really easy program, but you may have a day that you're not the happiest, right? Also, I would get an accountability partner if possible.
So smart.
Yeah. And we have a great Shaklee group that you can join if you have some interest. Definitely, I can connect you with there where there's a lot of recipes being shared.
Nice.
Okay, so
all right. So we're doing our prep work. We're getting started. We picked our day, and today's the day to start. What's that look like?
So you're going to be eating fruits and vegetables all day long. You need to be grazing every 2 hours.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
Eating.
You're eating all day long.
All day long.
Now, water, you can have decaffeinated teas.
Okay.
You can use stevia as a sweetener. That's the only sweetener that you're allowed on this program.
Okay. Otherwise, we can put like fruit and vegetables in our water too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can do that for sure. And then in the evening, you're going to sit down to either a big salad full of vegetables or you can do a stir fry. So the really unique part of this program too is that you can heat the vegetables. So you can bake them, you can saute them. You do not want to boil them. That is going to remove a lot of the nutritional value out of those.
I think that's just good in general information, right? Yeah. Okay.
So, when you're sitting down, like tonight, what I had it again, because some of you probably saw, I posted it in the Facebook group.
I love this recipe idea.
I had it a couple days
so
ago,
simple.
and I had it again. This is a squash, which I love, spaghetti squash. So I cut that in half, and I baked it. And then I had an avocado pesto mix that was put on top of that with tomatoes.
Yummy.
And I can share that recipe if you guys want that. But it was so delicious. It was hot. I was satisfied. I felt like I sat down to a dinner, right? So you didn't even feel like you were detoxing. And the thing that happened for me, or is happening on this program, is we have a mental shift happening. Now, Denise is a vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian. And so it actually made me start to realize, you know what? This is so easy to go several days a week meatless, for dinner. So really changing those habits. And I think that's what you want to be able to.
Because there's no protein on this diet.
Right. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
No protein on this diet. Or
this cleanse. Sorry,
not a
I
diet.
used the word diet. I apologize. So 7-day cleanse.
There's no protein. And the reason that there's no protein on this is because protein is hard for the body to digest. It's actually harder than, fruits and vegetables are easier for the body to digest. And this whole idea of this detox, this cleanse, is to help the body reset and to help the body rest. And so that is why there is not protein on here.
Okay.
Now we know for some of you, you might have some health reasons or glycemic issues that you are going to need protein. So if you have the choice with your saying into your head, like, I'm going to quit this or I'm going to stay on it, and you're at that weak point, you can have a hard-boiled egg.
Oh, yeah.
You could have a scoop of the Shaklee Life Shake on the first day. I did need to make a smoothie. Where I mix some fruit and I put a scoop of the protein in there. I needed it for whatever reason. So you can do that. Don't, knock yourself off the program because you've chosen to have a little bit of protein.
Right, and it still worked for you. Obviously, you're still feeling good. A couple days later, you haven't had to have that protein.
So as it goes on, you're going to find that you don't need the protein. Your cravings are going to reduce, and you're not going to be hungry. Okay. So you may need it right up front, but it's not designed that way. So no protein on the program. And I'm going to go back to tell you the reason again to follow the program the way that it's designed is because the clinical results that were done on this 7-day cleanse did not use any protein in the program.
Okay.
And then, like I mentioned earlier in the video, so the average person in the clinical study lost 6.8 pounds in 7 days, and then they went down 1.62 inches.
I love Shaklee's honesty on that. They could say just about 7, but no, they're going to say 6.8 pounds.
Right.
Which is almost 7 pounds. Which really is crazy. for a week, right?
Right.
For
Like I
weight
said,
loss.
I am just shy.
And you've learned a lot,
Right.
you've enjoyed it, and you feel like maybe you're making some changes that you'll take forward.
Exactly, and I'm just shy of 3 pounds, and I'm 4 days on the program. So again, I'm hitting those numbers that they found in the clinical study. So I am following the program. Now, a couple other things. It's suggested that you do light exercise that week. So if you have a tendency to do heavy exercise, you are going to want to just make it a little lighter that week that you're cleansing.
No marathons.
Right, no marathons, nothing heavier. Now again, if that's going to knock you off your habit, then just do it, because we don't want you to quit your exercise at all. But just remember, you may need a little more sleep. You may need a little more, water, but light exercise.
Yeah.
So water. You need at least 6 to 8 glasses a day. Like I'm alternating with a decaffeinated tea and then water. So
And you've made this suggestion before, get a jug of some sort, mark it off, so that you know by the end of the day that you've finished it.
Right.
Okay.
Now, some people will say to me, well, what are we going to do about eating, right? Well, there are some amazing recipes.
Ooh, really good recipes. Sorry to interrupt you, but I haven't started the cleanse yet, but the recipes look incredible.
Yeah, so there's one where you take sweet potato, cut it into small slices. You can toast that, put a little olive oil on it. You can put your avocado and salsa that you can make, and you have avocado toast, right? Or you could make that into a sandwich and you have veggies in between.
Love
so
it.
you feel
I love sweet potatoes. I've never thought about eating them
as a toast.
Yeah, top and bottom.
Right, and there's a great recipe for a portobello like hamburger, but it's not a hamburger. Obviously, we're using veggie burger. So there's a great recipe for that. So you're sitting down, you're feeling like you're still eating meals, even though you're not having this typical type of protein that we're used to eating. Okay, so that's what you're going to be grazing on every 2 hours throughout the day. And then, like I mentioned, you're going to sit down to either a stir fry or you're going to make yourself a salad in the evening. And again, so you're feeling like you've got some food. If you're getting hungry, then you have to check to see, have you been eating every 2 hours and how much water are you consuming, because that really can affect how you're feeling. So now the part that really sets off this cleanse is the supplements that you're going to be adding from Shaklee. And Shaklee, like you mentioned, has done a tremendous job, so you don't have to think.
Super simple.
Ooh, yeah. It just comes in this little packet. You'll get a box that's a 7-day supply, conveniently priced. If you are a member, it's $39.95, which is awesome.
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah, such a great price. And it's super simple marked. I don't know if you can tell that there's a little bit of a glare, but one packet, so you're going to rip these apart, right? One packet is the morning, one packet is night, and then you're just going to take the supplements with water.
Yep, that's it.
So simple.
So let me explain.
But there's magic in those tablets.
Yeah, there's magic.
Tell us about the magic.
So we'll talk a little bit about those. So in the morning, you are going to take the Shaklee, which again, you don't have to think about it. It's already in the pack.
Okay.
But one of the tablets you're going to be taking is the Optiflora DI.
So most people think of Optiflora for digestion, so that makes sense, right?
Right, and this is a new probiotic. I know several of you are using the Optiflora probiotic. This is Optiflora DI. So this is something for some of you that's brand new, and this is a probiotic that specifically works for the colon, for people that help digestion work. What customers have been telling me is that they're noticing a difference in if they have upset tummy, if they have some constipation issues, they're noticing a big difference with this.
So it's eliminating that.
Right,
nice.
for them.
Okay.
So you're taking
that. So it makes sense to have a probiotic, right?
Right.
A good healthy gut, right? That's what we're cleansing.
Yep. And then
what else are you getting in there? So,
DTX, which is our detox for the liver.
Okay.
So this is the international sign for, some of you have probably had quite a few cocktails over the holiday, not judging. But, that alcohol, where does it go?
Sits in the liver, right?
Sits in the liver.
Yeah.
So, you might want to cleanse some of that out. This DTX is an amazing product. It helps to cleanse the liver. What would you like to add on that?
Yeah, I ditto to all of that, right? It has milk thistle in it. Actually, all of these are herbs that, the supplements are herbs that help to cleanse naturally and also heal and repair. And that's what the liver DTX does. So that milk thistle and the other herbs that Shaklee has created in that tablet actually helps to not only cleanse and clean out the liver, but also helps to repair it. So it doesn't matter when you've done the damage, we're going to clean that up.
and then alfalfa. So that is
Staple product for Shaklee since the 1960s.
right. That was one of Dr. Shaklee's first products that came out, and that is known to be a detoxifier. Has many other benefits, great for so many other things, but in this program it is used as a detoxifier. So those will be the tablets that you're going to take in the morning.
Okay.
And then in the evening with your packet, you'll just see that it says evening.
So simple, yeah.
And you'll take that. And there is alfalfa, again, that you're going to take in the evening again for detox.
Called the father of all herbs.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to have that every day?
And then you'll get your liver DTX, which is the same product you're taking in the morning.
Okay.
And then the difference in the evening is you're going to be taking a product that's called Herblax. And this product, again, one of Dr. Shaklee's first products. And what this actually helps to do is sort of shake the intestinal walls and get that sludge out of the intestine and help to detoxify that.
It's true. No matter how clean you think you're eating, there's some buildup that happens in there. And it's a good idea just to kind of cleanse and retrain and reset. I love that earlier you said kind of reset the body, right?
Right.
And so no matter how good or how bad you've been doing, you can reset it just by the 7-day cleanse. And I love it.
It's easy. So that's it. It's those grouping of tablets you're going to take in the morning and take in the evening. And then, like I said, you're going to eat fruits and vegetables for 7 days and graze all day long. And you will be amazed. The first day, maybe you'll be a little tired. I noticed a little bit of that happening.
Okay.
Second day was fine. I felt a little bit of tiredness again on the third day. And today, the fourth day, I'm out of control. I have so much energy. It's just ridiculous. And like I've mentioned,
Nice.
I've lost, close to 3 pounds.
Your skin looks great too. I
Thank
don't know.
you.
Yeah, really glowing. Yeah.
Thank you.
And your diet does have a big job in that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Exactly. So if you're somebody that, you just want to feel better, deep down you haven't been feeling the best over the last few weeks, or maybe you're tired, or we're coming into the holidays, you want to get a jump start on reducing cravings. Now, I love this. I'm just going to read off the box. So this is in the clinical study, what Shaklee had discovered would happen. So this is what people noticed. They had an improved focus and energy in 7 days.
Who doesn't need some more of that?
Yeah, improved mood and sleep quality.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're someone who's had some challenges with that, obviously detox the digestive system, right? Jumpstart weight loss, but the big thing which I've noticed, reducing of cravings. And so that was what happened, with the clinical...
Of the bad things.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. And so I'm finding that I have absolutely no cravings right now. I had a couple in the beginning when I started the program, but I absolutely have zero. I'm actually having to remind myself to eat, and that is just crazy, right? So that is, if you follow the program exactly the way it was designed to do, and like I said, very easy, but that's what the clinical study, and Shaklee guarantees that you'll feel better however you're feeling in 7 days.
Fantastic.
And so I love that. Do you guys have any questions out there? Feel free to just type that in the chat box if you have some questions. I know several of you just joined us. I will repost this in our Facebook group, so if you want to watch it later, definitely do that. I also have posted in there some information. We have a podcast about the program if you'd like to listen to it more, get some more information from Shaklee about that.
Some great recipes are online as well that you can share, right?
Right, absolutely.
If you need a support group, be sure to reach out, because I think you mentioned earlier that's super important to have some accountability.
Right, there's a great support group that's going on for this program. We have 1,500 people that are doing it across the United States, which is exciting. So we can definitely add you into that, so you can have you've got our support, but obviously it's great to hear some other recipes. And the big thing I think to remember, it's only 7 days.
You can do it.
Yeah, only 7 days. It's really easy to do, and you're going to be really thrilled with the results. I'm thrilled. Like I said, I'm just surprised that I'm already at the 3-pound mark. I'm like, girl, just shy. I'm like, great. So
It's happening.
thank you guys for joining
Yes,
us.
have a great evening.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.